Welcome to the Love Your Story podcast. A billion things have been written about love. We know we want to feel love, and we know love makes the world go round. The answer is always love. Love, laugh, live. Love begets love. There is nothing that we want or need more than love. And we do some crazy things for love. It is perhaps the greatest human need. But so often, the people we love in our lives are not the ones we tell. Sometimes we assume they already know, and sometimes it's just awkward. Sometimes we don't really think about it. But no matter how tough your loved one seems, no matter how confident or unsentimental a person is, everyone would love to feel the love today. Stay tuned as we do a deep dive into challenge number 6 of the 21 Life Connection Challenges, the Love Bomb, because there will never be a time when your personal relationships don't matter to your health, happiness, and success. Stories are our lives in language. Welcome to the Love Your Story podcast. I'm Lori Lee, and I'm excited for our future together of telling stories, evaluating our own stories, and lifting ourselves and others to greater places because of our control over our stories. This podcast is about empowerment and giving you, the listener, ideas to work with in making your stories work for you. Story power serves you best when you know how to use it. Today's episode is a part of a series where I go into detail on each of the challenges in my book called Life, Living Intentional and Fearless Every Day, the 21 Life Connection Challenges. Today is all about challenge number 6. And just a quick recap, in episode 12 and 89, I went into wonderful detail about challenge number 1, which is random acts of kindness. In episode 163, I interviewed Ashley Stewart, a declutter expert, and we talked about why challenge number 2, to get rid of one thing you no longer need, is so much more important than this simple act seems on the surface. In episode 169, I tackled an in-depth on challenge number 3, where we looked at what it really means and looks like to find the lesson in something that doesn't go your way. Again, great stuff with an expert, Leslie Householder, on finding the gratitude and lesson in our trials and disappointments. Now, in episode 171, we got into detail about challenge number 4, which is a life hack I call Success File. And we hit up challenge number 5 in episode 174, where we got real about giving people the benefit of the doubt and why it's a relationship saver. Here we are today on challenge number 6, the Love Bomb. Specifically, the challenge is choose someone in your life that you love and go all out. Make a phone call or an in-person visit and tell them in detail that you love them. Tell them the details about what you love about them and lavish on that love. We all know how powerful being loved is. So I won't spend a bunch of time in this episode going into the whys that this challenge works. Rather, I'll just share some examples, and when this episode is over, I hope you'll be inspired to pick up your phone and test out the challenge. I want to start with the story of my first love bomb. The first time that I was introduced to the Love Bomb was in 2014. I was in Columbus, Ohio, neck deep in my second round of emotional intelligence training. And we were given the directive to take the next 15 minutes and go out, find a private place, and call someone we love. Someone who needed to hear that we love them. We were to tell them why we love them and to lavish on the details that we so often leave out. I was pretty uncomfortable with this because the person that came to my mind was my sister. My sister wasn't someone I had connected with in a bit, and certainly not on a touchy-feely level, but I tucked away my discomfort in order to meet the challenge head-on, and I made the call. I paced back and forth outside the conference center and made sure my headphones were in, and she answered her phone. The conversation that ensued, I told her that I loved her. I even told her that this was an assignment that I was doing, but that she was the one that had come to mind. I told her what I admired about her. And We talked for a bit, even though it was a little awkward, but it went smoothly. It went better than smoothly. I connected with my sister for 15 minutes in a really heartfelt way. And at that time, it was something that hadn't happened in a while. It made a difference, and it felt really good to let words push us closer together. Sophocles said, "One word frees us of all the weight and pain of life. That word is love." Unquote. Why is challenge number 6 the love bomb? Because the challenges were created to create more connection in our lives. And this exercise that I learned in a professional emotional intelligence training shatters walls. I watched it happen with the 100 other people in my training as I listened to their experiences and their testimonials, and I felt it in my own life. This is why I encourage and challenge you to push past any discomfort that comes up for you around this and use it in your life as well. I had one challenge taker who said that after he did this, his friends thought that he might be dying. Everyone was really worried about him. This made me laugh, but it feels good to do it. So once you get the hang of it, you can just keep doing it, even if it takes people off guard. One of the things I like to do in these challenge episodes is to share stories from people who have taken the challenge so that you can kind of get that boots on the ground. What are other people's experience with this? What's it like for them? So here are a couple stories for you.
Hello, my name is Todd Porter, and I have to say the book, Life, Live Intentionally and Fearless Every Day by Lori Lee has changed my life for the better. And particularly challenge number 6, the love bomb. It's phenomenal, absolutely life-changing. And let me just give you a couple of experiences. I was sitting at my desk and somebody came to mind that has been a friend of mine since the 3rd grade. And I'm in my 50s, so it's been a while that we have known each other. We don't keep in touch regularly. My fault. In the past, I've just not been great at keeping in touch with people. But she came to mind. I called her up and expressed to her how much I appreciated her and what a blessing it's been to be friends with her since the 3rd grade, and just expressed my love for her. And we both wept. In a positive way, we both wept because it was just a moment of bonding. And she, at the time, was going through a difficult time in her life. And at that moment, she was struggling with her self-worth and with what value she's bringing to life and so forth. The timing was just amazing. And as we know, accidents don't happen. It's by design. And since then, we've kept in touch more regularly, and we've shared further experiences as far as some of the spiritual experiences we've had, and just personal life experiences. So it's been really good.
Hi, my name is Belinda Stanger, and I did Challenge 6, Love Bomb, from Live Intentionally and Fearless Every Day. I actually chose my oldest son to love bomb this week, and I knew that he needed some extra love because his 13th birthday was this Tuesday, and he knew that we were going to be sheltered in our home and kept asking leading up to his birthday what we were going to do to make it a special day. He even dropped the hint that he would like to have breakfast in bed. This week, he probably had the worst chore of all the kids as far as our chore chart went, and he had to clean the bathrooms and do laundry. And so what I did for love bombing my now teenage son, who turned 13 this week, was we got him an awesome cake. It was Minecraft, which he enjoys. It was perfect for him because it had the right amount of frosting and not frosting, so to say. I made him pancakes and breakfast in bed. I did his chore for the day, so I did the laundry and didn't have him have to do that. I hugged him like crazy. So we're not able to touch people outside of our immediate family, and I went all out hugging him and telling him how much I loved him. I shared with him how funny he is and how well he's playing with his brothers, which are pretty much his only physical playmates right now. I also shared with him his birth story of how unique he is to be our only child of 5 who was born on a Saturday. We spent some quality time together, and I invested in some crafts, some ceramics that can be fired in the kiln at a local business, and we did that at our home, and he painted a jet, and his other siblings painted the ceramics they had picked out. And so we just went all out, or I went all out, because it was me putting all this energy into my 13-year-old son and making sure that I bombed him and made him feel super special on his special 13th birthday. That was very unique, being sheltered in place and not being able to do some of the normal things that we do on his birthday, and him not being able to be around anybody but family. So that was what I wanted to share of my experience with the love bomb. I didn't tell him that I was love bombing him. I just did these things, and believe me, it benefited me way more than him probably, just to go through this exercise and make him feel special.
Hi, you guys. My name is Elena Roop. I am the CEO of Beacon Rich. We are the one-stop shop for entrepreneurs to help them grow their business and find a community and a tribe where they can just feel supported and have all the tools and resources that they need to succeed. And today I wanted to talk to you for just a moment because Miss Lori Lee gave me the challenge number 6, which is the Love Bomb Challenge. And this one is in perfect alignment with me and my personality, if you know me. So I wanted to share with you, I did this in a few different ways, and I want to just share one of them, and it's with my sister-in-law. So I'm so blessed to have such an amazing sister-in-law who I love, and she's also one of my best friends. And I did a few different things for her to try to show her how much I love her. And the first thing that I did is I sent a card in the mail with a picture of her and her cute family. And I just told her how much I love her on the inside, and how much our family loves her, and how much we appreciate her. And she got the card in the mail and called and FaceTimed me with her daughter and showed me how much they loved the card and were so excited to receive it, especially my little 3-year-old niece. She was so excited because her picture was on the card. And so that was just super fun, and especially my little niece, it just made her feel so special to get something in the mail. So then the next thing I did is I baked a chocolate cake for their family, which is my sister-in-law's favorite, and took it over and delivered it to them, and she loved it, and it was just another great way for me to show appreciation to her and to her family. And then the last thing is that I spent about an hour and a half, actually probably closer to 2.5 hours with her and one of our other best friends on the phone, just FaceTiming and connecting and talking about everything in life. So the 3 different ways that I was able to show her that I love her is through a handwritten message, words of affirmation, and a gift with a cake, and then spending quality time with them, even though there's social distancing going on, but being able to FaceTime and talk on the phone just showed how much I cared about her, and vice versa, how much she cares about me as well. So it was a very touching project and challenge to do, and I think we need to do more things like that in the world. And I try to do something like this every month, but with strangers. And last month, there was a worker at Office Depot, and he was helping me with my print order, and there were some mess-ups with it, but he was just so awesome with fixing everything. And we got to talking, and he had a pretty rough day and had just felt unappreciated and alone. And so the next day I mailed him a Bright Box, which is a little gift basket with some treats and a heartfelt card that just said how much I appreciate him. And I haven't been able to go back in there with the quarantine thing going on, but just knowing that I was able to do something for him like that, I hope it made a big difference in his day. So I love this challenge. Thank you so much, Lori. And I challenge everybody out there to do something for someone else. Give a little bit of love and just imagine how much brighter and better the world would be. And that's with our beginners community. That's what we try to do too, is that I believe that we rise by lifting others. And there's no better way to do that than by telling people how much you love and care about them. So thanks so much. And this was an awesome challenge.
I think you get the idea. Your challenge this week is to drop the love bomb. Start with just one. But if you get addicted, send out a whole mess of love bombs this week. They are good for everyone. One of the things I want to point out is that there are lots of love languages: service, touch, gifts, time. And while these are all options that can be included, this challenge is a verbal exchange. This is about, first and foremost, having a conversation with a person you love and sharing what you love about them and why. This kind of detail is like a rich chocolate cake. It's heavy and it lasts, and people know you mean it because it's not just a flippant love ya or I love you. It gets into the details. If you want your own copy of the 21 Life Connection Challenges book so that you can record your experiences in the book, because it's a workbook style, hop on Amazon and look it up, Life in capital letters and my name, and it'll pull it right up. Or head up loveyourstorypodcast.com for a link to Amazon to get your own copy. We'll see you in 2 weeks for our next episode, and I'd love to hear about your experience with the challenge. So leave a review on Apple Podcasts about your experience on the challenge, or send me an email at lorijlee@msn.com with challenge number 6 in the subject line. And I will see you in a couple of weeks for our next episode. Have a great time out there creating your best life story.